Boelter Jones, Pro Football Hall of Famer, top 100.
Tyler Lockett from the Seattle Seahawks.
DK Metcalf.
Nate Burleson. You're watching NorbCam.
NorbCam.
You're watching NorbCam.
Wow. Breaking news in the NFL in a story that just becomes more and more bizarre by the second. In an exclusive story by New York Daily News, there has been video evidence collected from a search warrant. Instagram DMs, video evidence, and testimony showing that there was a payoff cover-up by DeAndre Baker and Quinton Dunbar, further implicating them in the armed robbery scandal. So what happened was, as we know in the story, we didn't talk about it yesterday. We were going to, and I wish I had. Yesterday, the news was that Quinton Dunbar had brought on a second attorney to in a case that seemed that was going to be a slam dunk because the witnesses had supposedly signed affidavits saying that Dunbar had nothing to do with the crime. Well, apparently that was true to a point that they got paid off to say those things. And the lawyer was in on this deal. So at least that's what the search warrant says. In the case, it says that the explosive warrant obtained as a public record from the Broward County, Florida Clerk of Courts. They got iCloud account access for Baker and Dunbar. The warrant cites evidence collected through previous warrants, which includes video footage, DMs that show Dominic Johnson, who was the guy, one of the people in the room during the robbery, who they called Coach. He oversaw the payoff of Baker and Dunbar of the 4 alleged witnesses in the office of Dunbar's attorney, Michael Grieco. And, quote, the message was, I made them, guys, a different word there, that said they got robbed, come in and say them boys ain't have nothing to do with it. Johnson allegedly wrote on May 16th in a series of incriminating direct messages on his Instagram account. Johnson is the witness known as Coach in the original arrest warrant who told police that he has known Baker and Dunbar since they were kids. Let's see, it's just bizarre. All 4 victims have given sworn statements that they were paid at the office that day to recant their sworn initial statements against Dunbar by signing affidavits. Combined, the 4 men say they were paid a total of $55,000. Apparently, one person was paid $30,000, and one at the lowest amount was paid $5,000. So let me get this straight. These guys were in a card game, lost some money. So Dunbar and Baker went back to another card game to steal a bunch of stuff from them worth around $70,000, and then got them back and said, we'll pay you $55,000 in total to say that we didn't do that. And now they got caught doing it. Are you freaking kidding me? These guys are NFL players making 6 figures, 7 figures, and they get caught doing all this stupid, ridiculous stuff to cover up an already stupid. It's the dumbest decision after dumb decision. And then their attorney, in their attorney's office is where this thing took place. So now the attorney, now it makes sense why they had to get a second attorney. At least the pieces all start to make sense now, why Dunbar got a second attorney involved. Because the first one is probably in big trouble with the fact that this did take place at this office. So, more quotes from this, the messages here. Johnson, quote, Johnson is telling Baker to come to Dunbar lawyer's office, Moretti writes. Baker replied, yo, I'm in the city now getting cash. How much to bring? I'm trying to get there to you ASAP. There appears to be several phone calls between Baker and Johnson, the warrant continues. Johnson appears to be nervous by telling Baker, yo, these people finally going to leave. Then, according to the warrant, CCTV video evidence shows Grieco, Johnson, an unknown individual, and the 4 alleged victims at the attorney's office on May 15th appearing to make the payoff. This new warrant says that in the video, Grieco is seen leaving his 24th floor office, taking the elevator to the lobby, and bringing Johnson and the 4 alleged victims back to his office at 2:26 p.m. Johnson eventually leaves the office and meets an unknown person in the lobby, according to the warrant, and then Johnson and the unknown person take the elevator up from the lobby at 2:34 p.m. All right. During that elevator ride, the unknown person removes a black bag from his shoulders, opens it, and removes money. The person also shows the open bag to Johnson, and you can see a large quantity of money. Johnson then takes the bag, the warrant reads. Then everyone meets in front of Grieco's office before going inside. By 3:15 p.m., everyone has left the building, and at approximately 4 p.m., Moretti says he received notification from Grieco indicating that there had been a change in testimony from the victims and the witness. One victim says he received $30,000 in Grieco's office. A second says he received $20,000 in the lawyer's office, and a third says he only received $5,000 and gave half the money to a fourth victim. Blah, blah, blah. I don't even want to read the rest. The rest of it's pointless. But, man, I'm just so, really? So flabbergasted. Yesterday I had this sense of hope that, hey, we're going to get Quinton Dunbar back. It's going to be a slam dunk. They're going to throw the case out. He's innocent. See you later. Looks like it's going to be Trey Flowers at right corner. But more importantly, these guys, they're going to be doing time. I mean, somebody's going to be doing something because, man, everybody in this case, the lawyer, the witnesses, Dunbar and Baker themselves, all look like a bunch of idiots in here. I mean, everybody's just selling out. Everybody's bribing. Everybody's lying. No honest person in this whole group. The whole thing just made no sense to begin with and makes even less sense here. Prior to this, there was an update to his arrest warrant saying that Quinton Dunbar, prior to today, was restricted from leaving his Florida residence. Then it was updated saying that they were going to allow him to leave to attend Seahawks practice in July 28th, assuming that still happens. I'm sure that this may change that situation with this updated story now. Just bizarre. Just totally bizarre. Let's see. More stuff in the quote here. Johnson's Instagram messages to friends about his involvement in the case, quoted in the warrant, are particularly damning. Here we go. This is the guy named Coach, the witness. We're all heading to the lawyer now to get the charges dropped. I got them guys to sign the papers. Johnson allegedly wrote in one message on May 15th. Got them, same guys that said they got robbed to say they didn't. Same guys that got robbed, I made them fix that stuff. I'm changing some of the words in there. What happened? A person whose name is not disclosed asked Johnson. They got mad because the other dudes won the money, Johnson wrote. Bro, that stuff ain't going nothing like that, he wrote in another message the same day. According to the warrant, 3 ball players was meeting up to play against each other in Madden for the money. And the only way these guys was invited because they were NFL guys, so no street guys. So everything was supposed to be safe and everybody knew who everybody was because they played against each other in the season. One got mad, felt like the other one was cheating, and took his money back. I got caught in the middle because I invited the 2 dudes from the crib, so that's how they put me in the middle. I never told on nobody. Another unnamed sender said, Coach, you got to help them people much as you can. Holler at the people that got robbed and the other side to clear it up because your name's involved. I'm making it right, Johnson allegedly replied. In another text, Johnson said, those guys did that dumb stuff and put me in a bad spot, the warrant states. After the papers were signed, Johnson made a phone call to Dunbar while in Grieco's office. Johnson was also communicating with Baker via direct messages, but it could not be determined if they actually met up. Also, it was discovered after viewing the officer's body-worn cameras, the victim on scene were telling the responding officers that one of the suspects left a cell phone on scene. According to the victims, Johnson took custody of the cell phone and concealed it from law enforcement. This piece could have identified one of the other participants in the robbery. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else in here. No further comment from the state attorney's office. Man, that's kind of where things are at right now. So, what's the bottom line here? Well, here's one thing for sure. You know all those private messages and text messages that you think nobody will see once they kind of go past your thing? That stuff can all be found again. So if you whatever you put on there, if you're going to put anything, especially it has to do with a crime, about something personal, about something about another person that you think no one's ever going to see again, think twice. Whatever you type in that little text message can always be found again. So be careful about what you say, and think twice before you do something, especially if it involves armed robbery, anything criminal, because it's not going to end well. Like this whole thing. I mean, it's a bunch of people trying to, I'm sure it never started to be this way, but somebody lost their cool. Then somebody wanted to get some revenge, get something, even though there's financially, what big of a deal was it, when you're talking about these guys who are in the NFL making so much money, but to throw their whole careers away because of this ridiculously silly situation. I don't know. No words for it, man. I'm just shocked. I'm just shocked right now. But let this be a lesson to your kids out there. Goodness gracious. New York Daily News breaking this. So I think it's probably safe to say Seattle's secondary problems are, from a Seahawks standpoint, Seattle's secondary problems are far from over. And Baker's and Dunbar's problems are just beginning. It went from bad to worse in a second. William Davis in the comments. I say we bring in Jamal Adams and move Blair to cornerback. And that Jamal Adams conversation just started heating up real quick here. Well, there you go. Could not believe it. I thought it was going to be a nice, quiet evening, enter the weekend. Nice little, slow news day. Holy cow. All right. Devin Peterson, attorney's going to lose his license. Yeah, probably, if this all turns out to be true. Obviously, right now, it's still allegations. But, man, they got all kinds of proof right now. It's no wonder they had to bring in that second attorney. The first one, big time trouble. He needed an attorney of his own. Nuts. All right, just want to share that exciting news to all of you guys. As the world turns, like this world didn't have enough problems. Crazy. Things people do, man. Anyway, you guys have a safe weekend. And we will talk to you at the next broadcast. Appreciate your time. Have a good one. Talk to y'all later. Go Hawks.